For every episode of Thrift Store Finds I do, I'm going to take a month hiatus, so I'm going to go on a 7-month hiatus after this one. I'm just kidding, I hope, but at last review, I mentioned that I imported a game from Japan. This is not a thrift store find, but check it out. It's my copy of Necronomicon that I bought from a seller in Japan, and I really couldn't have been happier with the experience. I really want to do it again sometime. So I ask you, which game should I get next? It has to be affordable, and I'd prefer it to be Japan exclusive, but I am sold on importing Sega Saturn games from Japan, because a lot of the time the Japanese versions, like if there's a Japanese version and a Western version, the Japanese version is actually cheaper a lot of the time. I hear there are a lot of good Sega Saturn games from Japan that didn't make it over here, so if you have experience in playing Japanese Sega Saturn games, let me know. What's your favorite? Which ones do you like? And I look forward to listening to your suggestions and looking into them. But as for our thrift store finds for this episode, I have a lot of stuff. This is Epic Mickey for the Nintendo Wii, or Wii by Nintendo, however you want to say it. I was always interested in playing this game. Mickey actually has like low-key a very good video game track record. There's a bunch of really good Disney games in general on the Sega Genesis that I don't see many people talking about, but this is Epic Mickey, and I found it at a thrift store in Reno, like about 6 months ago. I was in Reno, and they had like some sort of animal welfare organization, a thrift store that they run. So I went in, and they had a lot of cool stuff. They had a Sega Genesis game complete, but I wasn't about to pay $5 for RBI Baseball, I think is what it was. And they had a lot of funny animal-related literature in the store. But Epic Mickey I also got a PC game, but I'm gonna hold off on that because I have been buying PC games, but I want to do like an episode where it's just a PC game blowout, showing you all the things I have, and a lot of the time they're a pain in the ass to install on modern operating systems. So as soon as I get all that worked out, maybe we'll do a personal computer game only episode of Thrift Store Finds. But Epic Mickey, I'm not sure I'm very comfortable with seeing Mickey getting tortured, or at least on the verge of getting tortured. But this game, it looks cool. I was always interested to try it when it was new. I was like, well, couldn't they have thought of a better name other than Epic? But anyway, we have another Wii game. This is Samba De Amigo, another game that I've heard a lot about and I've always wanted to try. This is a follow-up, if you didn't know, to a Dreamcast game with a very unique peripheral. This game is a rhythm game, and the peripheral it used was maracas, a pair of maracas. And of course, this is a natural thing for the Wii because of the remote and the nunchuck attachment. So I played this for a little bit. I'm a big fan of rhythm games, and you're seeing literally the first time that I've played any of the Samba De Amigo games. Missed out on the Dreamcast version. The Wii remote and nunchuck attachment aren't as cool as a maraca controller, but I'm pretty sure it's more convenient. It's there, you don't have to dig an extra controller out of the box that you never use. Do you have a box full of weird controllers that you only use for like 1 or 2 games? Let me tell you, there's a lot of used Guitar Hero and Rock Band equipment. Almost every time I go to a thrift store, I find at least one. And I'm not gonna lie, I loved Rock Band. I played that a ton when it was still popular. And that's Samba De Amigo. Say goodbye to Samba De Amigo. It's coming off screen, and onto the screen is Carve, or Crave, as I almost called it. Yeah, this is Carve. It's an Xbox exclusive. I did not get this from a thrift store technically, but the price, well, I got it at a price where I'm like, yeah, screw it. Why not? Well, why not put it here? So as you can see, I think this game came out in 2004, and you see this pink-haired girl with a snarl. And I believe that this game was developed by a European studio, so there you go. They're women, or at least their ideal of what a woman should be. Back in 2004 when they made this cover art, and this game matches what a girl looks like now with the snarl and the pink hair. Yeah, really accurately portrays the demeanor. Good prediction there, European developer. Anyway, this is Carve, and it sure is a game. It sure is a game. Carve. Everyone's favorite Xbox game. Okay, that's Carve. Bye, Carve. And here's a game that might actually be somebody's favorite Xbox game. This is Crazy Taxi 3. Found it at the same place I found Carve, and I was happy to find this one. I rented this a few times, owned it for a period, and then I sold it. And now it's back in my possession, and this is Crazy Taxi 3. I loved playing the first Crazy Taxi in the arcades. Never saw the second one. I don't know if that made it to the arcades or not. I am ignorant of this. I didn't look into it. I do know that Crazy Taxi 2 did release toward the tail end of the Dreamcast's life cycle. And then Crazy Taxi 3, an Xbox exclusive, which is one of many very good Sega exclusives to the Xbox. And they gave a lot of cool stuff to the Xbox, a lot of games for people who like games. The Xbox mostly had a reputation as the sports and Halo console, which is fair. I mean, I think Morrowind, though, the Xbox version of Morrowind is in its top 10 sales of all time. So you had that, but not the best version of that game. I never had Xbox Live, and I was never too much into Halo. I actually liked the Chronicles of Riddick and Red Faction 2 a lot better when those games were new. I liked Halo. I thought it was okay. I had good times playing it with some friends, but yeah, I had a modded Xbox, still have it, so I never got to go online with it, and I wasn't some rich kid, so I didn't have the one Xbox that I used to bootleg games and the one I used to play online with. I think I could do a whole video on why the Xbox is actually really underrated, and a lot of its best games didn't really light up the sales charts, which is a shame. So yeah, it earned its reputation as the Halo and sports console, because it did have really good online from what I hear. Xbox Live was that was really the what put online gaming on the map, at least in terms of how it was experienced on consoles. But I'm telling you, the Xbox was a lot more than what the sales charts represented to be. A lot of good hidden gems on the Xbox, and someday I'll get into it. And actually, the next review I have written, and it's written, it's completed, I have all the footage, I just have to sit down and get it done, is of one of my favorite Xbox hidden gems. Next game is Narc, which if we turn it around here, which I'm either doing or going to do, you'll see it says Big Hit Friend Prices. I don't know what friend prices means, but 1995, that's a friend price. I have no attachment, nor was I ever really interested in playing this. It does say you can unlock the original Narc, which, if this wins, I am looking forward to playing this so I can unlock the original Narc. But yeah, this is a budget title, and one that caught my eye when I was at the thrift store that I got it at, because this isn't a game you usually see. So I got it because when's the next time I'm gonna find it just sitting there? All these finds have a story, and I try to remember them, even though I haven't done an episode of this in a long time. But I got this along with the next one, and I have been going pretty regularly to thrift stores in the hiatus that this show has taken. I don't show everything I get. There are some games that I actually specifically want to do a review of that I will not, that I don't want to leave just grouped in with the rest of them that you vote on, the rest of the games that you vote on, because I want to abide by the wishes of the plurality. Yeah, and I haven't reviewed any of the runners-ups. I don't know, and I should get on that because a lot of people wanted to see me review Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. But anyway, I have been going to thrift stores, you know, at least once a month since last time I did this. So I have like 4 or 5 episodes worth of stuff left to do, and I want to get it done because I feel bad for getting behind on that. And this is Narc. Not really a whole lot to say about it, unfortunately. If you liked this game, you could vote for it. I will not stop you. Moving on from Narc is a game that I purchased at the same time as Narc. This is Rayman Arena, another game that I don't see too much. Not much to say about this one, even though I have played a couple of the Rayman games. I've played the second one and the third one of Rayman. None of the spin-offs, and not the first one. Yeah, I've actually played a lot of the Game Boy Color version of Rayman 2. That was actually a pretty good handheld port. Rayman 3 I had for the GameCube. It was available for every console of that generation. But I really liked Rayman 3. But yeah, I'm actually looking right now, going back to the games that I do find at thrift stores that I don't put in these videos because I actually want to. I want to review them. The one I found I'm looking at right now, it's an extreme sports game, and one that I've always wanted to play, and I've only ever played the demo of it. So I am actually very excited to play it and give it a review. I will tell you, it is of an extreme sports game, which, if I had to choose a favorite genre of game, that would probably be it. I love the Tony Hawk games. I loved all the obscure Tony Hawk ripoffs. Some actually, there's one in particular that I thought was really good. And I'll just tell you, I loved Aggressive Inline. Aggressive Inline was fantastic. And what you're looking at is not Aggressive Inline. This is Rayman Arena, which you remember that genre, the foot racer genre. Yeah, not something that lit the video game world on fire, but I played this one a little bit. It looks cool. And that does it for this episode. We had a little bit of everything. We have platformers, racing games, rhythm games, and budget action games that are set at friend prices. What's a friend price? I don't know. Maybe you know, and maybe you can tell me. 6 games. Pick which one you want me to review. The link to do that is below. I will end voting when I see the results on Friday. I don't know which of these games will win, actually. I usually have a pretty good idea, but not this time. I'm not sure which would be the most popular out of these. Seems like they all have a pretty good chance at being the next review. It's not going to be the next review, it's just going to be the next review that came from thrift store finds. But I have a lot more where this came from. And until next time, get voting. Tell me if you played any of these games. Tell me about your favorite Japanese Sega Saturn games. I could really see myself getting into collecting them. Seems like they have a lot of cool stuff available on that console that didn't make it over here. I am done talking now. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for participating. And I'll be back with another one of these soon enough, I hope.